It's Saturday morning and it is miserable out. Like, what? Crazy miserable out. I actually woke up early this morning to run to the bathroom, and I try not to look at the clock when I do so because then it just kind of peeves me off that I'm up so early running to the bathroom. Destroys my night. But I was kind of guessing in my head it must be like 5:30, 6 o'clock on my way, and then when I actually like kind of opened my eyes, because I can like go to the bathroom with my eyes closed, I know this place like the back of my hand, and I kind of opened my eyes and looked at the clock. It was 7:15. It was so dark, and it's because it's been rainy and gloomy and wickedly windy out, like crazy windy, and it hasn't let up since. It's barely lighter. I mean, it's obviously a bit lighter. Which just makes me want to do what I'm doing right now all day long. This is kind of my weekend morning ritual if I'm not doing something. It's basically me on the couch with my coffee and a book, curled up in my favorite blankie. So that is what I'm doing this morning. I actually just finished up. I finished up Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Finally finished that up because I don't get a chance to read fiction throughout the week. I tend to read a lot of nonfiction, personal development throughout the week. But on the weekend mornings, that's when I get to unwind and I read fiction. Just finished that up today. Not bad. It's not an incredibly written book, but I love the idea behind it, and the fact that he takes these real life vintage photographs and he's woven a story around it, I think is really cool. So finished that up. I only had one chapter to read today anyway, and I have my book club on Tuesday, and I haven't started the book yet. I've become the slacker book club girl, even though I'm the one who wanted to start a book club. So this morning I'm starting The Shining Girls by Lauren Bukes. I don't really even know what it's about, but I'm going to start reading that today. And then really, due to the weather, there's not much I plan on doing today. I have yoga to do. That's on my schedule. I haven't done it in the past 3 weeks. So it's definitely 100%, you heard it here first, folks, being done today. And in fact, as soon as I'm done reading, whenever that's going to be, I will be doing my yoga and then having a shower. So that's the first half of this. I'm going to do a little bit of work today. Alan's not off until around 5 o'clock or so. And then I'm probably not going to see him for the rest of the evening because he just came home with the new Batman game. So I'm not going to see my husband for several weeks at this point. But actually, I'm not into video games at all. And I find watching anyone play video games is the most boring thing on the planet. But the Batman games I actually don't mind so much. They're done really well. So sometimes I'll watch that with him. But I become the annoying video game watcher where I'm always asking questions, which sometimes is just really annoying to him. So I don't bug him too much. But I'm going to be on my own for a couple of weeks, I think. So it's going to be a pretty nice relaxed day, which is good considering the weather. And then tomorrow we actually have a really full day. So it's a nice combination of rest, relaxation, and fun times. So that's the plan right now. So I'm gonna go finish my coffee, read my book, do some yoga, shower, and we'll see what happens after that. Alrighty, it has been such a lovely day. Somehow it's kind of starting to zoom by. I don't even, what time is it? It's 1:30. So okay, it's not as late as I expected it to be, but I have been doing a very good job of putting a little bit of productivity in between my relaxation time today. What I decided to do, and I don't know if this is just the type A in me or what, but although I kind of just feel like reading my book all day, stuff has to get done around here, right? So I decided to do like a half hour on, half hour off thing. Like I'd read for a half an hour and then I'd do something for a half an hour. So far, I mean, I've Swiffered the whole house. I've gotten my linens in the wash and the dryer. Now they're put away. Now I've got towels for the week in the dryer. And I just need to make the bed today. And now I am tackling food. We did not get a chance to meal plan and order groceries this week, so eating has not been the best. We've been doing the best we can with what we have in the house, but it is now dwindling next to nothing. I mean, we had to order it for dinner tonight. I just told Alan, no pizza. Although we would want pizza, we would eat the whole thing, and that's not what we want. So I said, you know, let's do something else. We can do Thai, we can do sushi, or at least Japanese, and I just won't eat the sushi. Something like that. So today I am making my meal plan for this coming week and ordering those groceries so we don't have to do this again. This is why planning your meals and getting your groceries in every week is so key, because we tend to fall off the wagon when we don't have a plan, right? So I can't say I fell off the wagon. It's just been, the choices haven't been that great because we don't have a lot of choices. Like, all I can say right now is thank God for Shakeology. I drink Shakeology every single day, and today it is, I had a really good breakfast, but lunch we really had nothing. So I had a thing of Shakeology and Shreddies, like, but at least knowing that I have Shako every day, it's got like, it's like a multivitamin protein drink. It has all my prebiotics, probiotics, superfoods, everything. So it literally is like the healthiest meal I'll have in my day. And it's been an extra savior this week because at least it makes me feel like I'm putting something good in my body on the days where, you know, I've been having like too much pasta. Like I had way too much pasta last night because it's what we had left, right? So anyway, I wanted to show you what I'm doing right now is I am preparing. I guess you could say I'm nesting. But when my mom came up on Wednesday, she actually dropped us off a standalone freezer. It's like, I think it's a 4-foot freezer that we now have in the laundry room. And Alan and I have been wanting one for quite some time. And one of the big reasons I've been wanting one is because I've been hearing from other moms and reading and, you know, what to expect, that, you know, in your first couple of months, you're not going to, as a parent, you're not going to want to cook. You're going to be sleep deprived. You're not going to want to do anything else other than get rest and do what's necessary. And that means you're not going to feel up to cooking. Even your spouse isn't going to want to cook because even they've been up, you know, with you throughout the night and feedings and things like that. So I decided, because I am such a planner, a couple of the books have just said, you know, take it easy on yourself. Get yourself a whack load of takeout pamphlets and just do takeout. Don't feel guilty about it. Don't, you know, this is just what's going to happen. And I don't want to do takeout. One, because it's damn expensive to do takeout several times a week. And two, you don't know what they put in that stuff. I mean, we go out to restaurants a little too often. We're actually cutting back on that to budget. But we don't want to do that. It's just a habit we want to break. We don't do it that often to order takeout, but we do it, and we don't want to keep that up. So I decided that what I'm going to do between now and baby is start to batch cook some items. Get some disposable containers, like those aluminum ones, and start to make a lot of casseroles, soups, chilies, things like that. If I start now, even if I do 1 or 2 recipes a week, put the dates on them, and put them in the freezer, come the time the baby comes around, we're gonna have so much food in there that we won't have to worry so much about cooking. And I'll do my best when I'm feeling up to it to cook, but you know, on the days that we don't feel up to it, we can just go down into our freezer and we can choose what we want to eat for that night. And I also told my mom at the same time, like this, I told her what we wanted to do, and I said, you know what, for Christmas, if you want to do anything, just make us big batches of healthy food so we can put in the freezer. I would love to create a huge supply. Plus, we're going to start making our own baby food as well. And so I'm going to look at how I can safely freeze that for when he starts to eat. So that's the plan. So what I've done today, I'll show you. I've actually taken out a couple of my cookbooks. This is not all of them, but these are a couple of favorites. And my battery is going, so who knows what's going to happen here. A couple of favorites and some new ones. Actually, these 3 here are new that Alan got me for our anniversary because it's our first anniversary, so it was paper. This is actually one of my favorite recipe books that Alan got me for me, I think on a whim one Christmas, and it's turned out to be my absolute favorite book, The Complete Italian Vegetarian Cookbook by Jack Bishop. Everything I've made in this book so far has been superb and so easy. And although it doesn't say it on the book specifically, everything in here, he's cut back on a lot of butter to use more things like olive oil and whatnot. And he doesn't use a lot of high calorie ingredients. He actually tried to make this as healthy as possible. And I love the fact that he actually doesn't just come out and say it. It's kind of just implied. So it's not a diet cookbook at all, but it's so healthy for you. I'm going to use How to Cook Everything Vegetarian that I got from my bridal shower from my aunt. This is Clean Eating by Terry Walters, which is such a great book. And then I'm going to see if there's some stuff in the new cookbooks as well. Plus, I do a lot of my looking around online. So this is just a start. And then what I'm gonna do again is get the ingredients to make about 2 things a week from now on. And I'm going to try to make 1 to 2 things a week and have that in the freezer, because right now my freezer is empty and it's so sad. So that's what we're gonna do. I've got out a notebook and a pen, and I'm just gonna start making a list of the cookbooks that I'm looking at and the things I wanna make. And I'll just start at the top and work my way down to the bottom. So this is what's happened after I've been looking through my books. I actually only, although I looked at 1, 2, 3, about 4.5 of my cookbooks, I only really got a lot out of 2 of them. And the first one here is the one I was telling you about, the Complete Italian Vegetarian. There's a lot there. And then there's one from the Vegetarian Pantry that I just got for my anniversary that I put in there. I'm gonna go through the other ones later because I'm kind of tired of looking through them. But what I was looking for specifically, there was a lot of really yummy recipes in there, but what I was looking for specifically was good items that I can freeze. So I was looking for a lot of soups and casseroles. I've got a couple of breads actually, like soda breads and corn breads and things like that. But a lot of the stuff that I really like just didn't seem suitable for freezing, or I'm not sure will be good for freezing. So I really picked a lot more heartier dinner type options that I can throw in the freezer. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to double all the servings. So we'll have like a ton of food. It is quite an ambitious list here, and that's not even stuff online that I love. So, but I've got things like butternut squash soup, classic minestrone with pesto, polenta with mascarpone, rosemary and walnuts. I've made that before. It's so filling but so good. I even have like a Swiss chard and Parmesan tart. I thought I could make a couple of tarts. Polenta lasagna, try that out. But I also have things like homemade baked beans, roasted eggplant, sweet potato and spinach curry, things like that, and a lot more soups. I think I have like a roasted tomato and red pepper soup with cheese scones. Thought that would be kind of fun. So things like that, things that I think will make a good freezer item and that will freeze for a long time. A lot of them that I have are vegetable dishes that I'm really uncertain will freeze very well, or they'll freeze well, but reheating them might be an issue. So that's really what I was going for. And I highly recommend doing this as often as you possibly can. If you have like a Sunday or something where you're looking for something to do, look through your favorite recipes and start to batch cook, because after a while, you're gonna have those days where you don't wanna cook at all, baby or no baby. There's days when you don't wanna cook, we've all been through it. And instead of ordering out, wasting your money and ordering out and getting food that's not so good for you, it's great to have a little stockpile of frozen food in your freezer. And you don't even have to have a standalone freezer. You can just make some soups, put them in individual containers and freeze them in your smaller freezer. It's pretty simple to do. So it's a big day here in the Smith household because from the looks of things, I'm not going to see my husband again for at least 4 weeks.
Because you won't be able to find me behind this box.
This thing is massive. This is like the ultimate collector's edition of Batman Arkham Origins.
Did you have to look at the box to...
Yes, I did. Yeah. Because I always think the new one coming out is Batman Asylum, and that was the last one that came. First one. What was the last one?
Arkham City.
Arkham City, that's why.
This one's a prequel.
I mean, I'm not big on watching. That's cool.
It's a nice box.
It's really cool. on watching you play video games or playing video games myself, as
But
you know.
You dig this one.
I dig the beginning of it, and Batman's my favorite superhero, so this helps.
Everyone loves Batman.
And it's really cool. Anyway, so this is what we're doing at the moment. And this thing comes with like a random piece.
It's evidence.
Evidence?
It is a tooth.
Ew! You got a tooth?
It's a sharp tooth. Killer Croc, maybe? Maybe?
Is that a Batman one?
Yeah.
I was totally stunned. I'm like, I know
More evidence.
he's in a
found more
comic.
evidence.
What did you get?
It's a poker chip.
Ooh.
Huh.
We're gonna have to keep all of this away from the baby.
Yeah, we got some things going on here.
I'm not gonna show you this whole unboxing because I don't think any men other than this guy here watches this vlog.
Yeah.
But I'll show you a little bit more.
Just so we
in a
know,
bit.
all
What?
printed material made
Oh.
in China. I don't think this is a clue.
That might be evidence. Okay, we'll be back in a bit. We'll show you what all the evidence is leading up to, but this is pretty cool. Even the styrofoam is gray.
I think the styrofoam has imprints in it.
Weird. Okay, we'll be back. So Alan's opening up the main portion. I mean, he's already taken out the game, the little movie that comes with it, a book, some like police file type thing.
Yeah, know thy enemy.
So he's already taken all of that out, and there's still the massive part that cost all this money. Well, Alan was good. This was actually his treat because he took in a bunch of games and got so much money back that he put a down payment on
That are
this.
just sitting on the shelf.
Yeah, so that was really cool. And then for his birthday, he got a gift card to get the rest of it.
You think?
How much did you pay for it? $10?
After all was said, yeah, I only put in about $10.
So it's like a $120 game, and he paid $10 for it. Way to be frugal, babe.
Yeah. Batman would be proud.
But
Billionaire Batman would be
even the
proud.
top, and I can't really. Oh, you can kind of see it actually. It
Textured
says Batman Arkham Origins right in the styrofoam.
Now we gotta save the styrofoam.
This is why it costs so much money, is to imprint the styrofoam. Well, this is exciting.
I was gonna say maybe we'll meet
All
back
right,
up
we'll be
after-
back. So finally got this sucker open. You want me to handle it? Whoa, craziness. So it's like,
He's sleeping.
oh, the Joker's sleeping. It's a little blankie. It's so weird. It's the Joker carving up some fruitcake, it looks like. with little bits of money in the corner. And papers, newspapers that say something about kill the bat everywhere. Someone's obsessed. Oh, it's stinky.
Maybe you wanna pause for a second and we'll get this really ready.
So this is the end all. It actually had batteries to it, which lit up the TVs. And then when he was trying to find the compartment in the back to put the batteries, he found
Another compartment.
He found another compartment. This is actually so cool. With a little thing in it. You can kind of get it.
Yeah.
And you're not supposed to open it until you've actually finished the game. So there's something in there. I mean, you could totally spoil it and you can open it up now, but that's such a cool idea. They spare no expense, man. Well, it was nice knowing you, honey.
Yep, and
I'll see you in maybe a month. Maybe longer if it's good.
Yeah, we'll see how tough the game is.
I have no idea where we're gonna put that thing. That's way too big for the window ledge. Oh my god, that's gonna give Quentin nightmares. Oh, jeez. Okay, we're done now. So like I said earlier, because we have no food left in the house, we had to order out tonight. So we decided to go with Thai food. From this place that we've never ordered from before. We don't normally order anything but pizza, sometimes sushi. But what I decided to have, God, there's a lot of it here. Might end up having to save some of this. I've got this coconut soup that sounded phenomenal. It was like coconut and lemongrass and lime and lemongrass? Yeah, lemongrass and lime and coconut and some, I don't know. It sounded amazing. And then
Where is it?
Batman's coming down.
Where's the food?
He's got to get his fuel in him. So, but we were both smitten by the pad thai description. So I got shrimp pad thai, and he got beef, right?
Yep.
Beef pad thai, and he got some samosas. That's his little
adorable samosas.
Cute little samosas, and we got a couple things of roti to share. And I'm treating myself with a little ginger ale this evening. They didn't have any diet ginger ale, but at least I won't die of cancer. I'll just die of obesity instead. Okay. All right, so that's our dinner, and then pretty much after this, Alan's gonna hog the TV for the rest of the day. Yep. And I'll probably watch the opening credits because they're kind of cool. Actually, it's the only one I'll watch the opening credits for other than Lego. The Lego games I will play.
They're called cutscenes.
Cutscenes?
Yeah,
I call
guess
them
maybe
movies.
the intro wouldn't be
the
a
intro
cutscene.
is like a little movie.
It's an intro.
Yeah. Okay, the intro. So I'll watch that with him, and then I'm gonna do my own thing for the rest of the evening and call it at that. So that's our Saturday. See you tomorrow for a super special date day that I'm not telling you anything about until while it's happening tomorrow.
But I'll tell you.
No, don't say anything.
No?
No. It'll be a lot of fun though, and I'll take you back to the 80s.